Hello, Key Biscayne. It is Wednesday, February 3rd, 2016, and this is your No One's Listening show. I am reluctantly your host, Rafa.
Hey.
I want to thank Griff, Anna, and Manny for having hosted previously on the Let's Have Somebody Else Host.
It was our pleasure.
Because it was really
awesome.
It was really nice not hosting.
It was fun.
You did an excellent job.
Thank you,
last time, by the
John.
way.
As did you. Thank you.
Very structured.
All right, let me introduce the panel tonight. To my left is Griff.
Good afternoon.
To his left is Aliette.
Hey!
To her left is Anna.
Hi, Key Biscayne.
And to her left is Gman.
Hey guys, how you doing?
All right. Well, I don't have any trivia.
Oh, you know, I didn't give the answer last time.
Okay, so let's recite the question.
The question was, the Rickenbacker Causeway, what year did it finally open? It started construction 1941. It was paused throughout World War II or in the beginning of World War II. Yeah, it was. Can I just give it?
Yeah.
No one cares.
Nobody called in, Anna.
No one cares. 1947.
All right.
I think it was November 1947. Exciting.
Good trivia.
Good trivia.
And now we don't have to do it for this week.
That was the Bear Cut Bridge?
That was the
No, that
whole
was-
thing, connecting
causeway.
Miami through
Okay.
Virginia Key to Key Biscayne. The whole causeway, yeah.
Cool.
Which is, it's crazy to think. That's not, it's like, it's late.
Yeah, I know. Before that, there was
late.
nobody. I mean,
Yeah, but there was nobody out here before then.
Yeah,
there was.
you're right. Well,
Sure,
that's some
but there
people.
wasn't Key Biscayne
No,
as
there
we
was
know it. It was a plantation.
plantation.
Funny enough, regarding that trivia, actually a little history.
am I
I
supposed
forgot the name of the gentleman that owned Bill Baggs before. He was a Cuban guy. He actually was trying to talk to the city before, and what he said was like, look, I'll build a seawall, but build a bridge. And I guess he built it either way, and there was no bridge.
They wanted to, I was researching for the trivia, they wanted to connect Key Biscayne to the Keys. What was it called, Rafa? We talked about this. Islandia? Islandia?
Oh, yeah, Islandia, which is an actual place.
Yeah.
Well, I think the last person who was actually a legal resident finally, gave up their residency status in Islandia. But yeah, there was supposed to be a causeway they were planning
Yeah.
right down through Aliette Key and all that way. That was the route they were thinking of. And then they established Biscayne National Park and that put the kibosh on that. But there's still the remnants of development down there.
Yeah.
In Sands Key, they dug out a whole basin. They were starting to develop down there until, it became a park.
Cool.
So think about how that would be if there was a road going through all that. It
Yeah.
kind of suck. It'd be pretty
mean-
dry, but
It'd be pretty
it's
dry.
very easy to envision because when you drive down the Keys, it would look very much like that.
Yeah.
Island to island hopping. It's basically the same idea.
Yeah.
And Key Biscayne would be somewhat like Key Largo, but it would be so much closer to Miami, so maybe it wouldn't be exactly like Key Largo.
Yeah.
We'd
But-
be a lot
Key
closer.
Largo
Definitely-
needs to take off.
Huh?
I feel like it needs to take off a little bit.
Which one?
Key Largo.
Take off how?
It just needs to, I don't know, it needs a little life.
Yeah, but it's never going to get there because they're
Like a youth.
out there, They're out there. It's like a place for retarees. And
They're also very restricted on their construction. You can't build enormous condos in Key Largo and stuff like that.
Keep it low.
Let's see.
I think
Okay.
it is what it's going to be until it goes underwater.
So we always start off with weekend talk. Anybody got anything?
Did we hang out this weekend? Oh yeah, we did.
What did we do on Saturday, Anna?
We all hung out.
You guys need to reevaluate your life when you can't even remember what happened the weekend before.
That's because the
Hey,
weekend started
man.
on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Oh wait, well, I had a really great Wednesday, so I want to talk about that. We had the show. I hosted. I was on a high because of hosting.
That was one of the best shows ever.
It was
That's
fun.
good.
And it was like a tornado out
It was fun. It was a little bit rainy, but after that, we went to Sidebar to celebrate Danny DB's birthday, and we did karaoke, and we got all about it. And I don't usually like karaoke. I think it's kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. But there, you sing on a stage, so you perform. You're not only singing, you're like dancing and performing. Rafa and I sang The Smiths together. I sang Hole on my own.
Wow.
It was
What was the
freaking
song you
amazing.
sang on your own, Rafa?
I did a couple. I did so many songs.
Oh, the guy hated us.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other
The
thing.
guy hated
the guy was such an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
who? he was so bitter that we wanted to sing. We were the only people at the bar, like our crew.
Like 20, max 15 people,
Yeah.
not even 20.
And we just wanted to keep picking songs all night. And the guy was mad at us for picking songs. It was...
Jason
What was he
Odio,
doing?
if you're listening, you're a new karaoke
we're letting
guy.
you know, yeah.
He'd be like...
Like, what was he doing?
He was like, no. Like, what did he tell
No,
us?
he
Like,
would make you
so-
write the song on the paper, and if you had it, if you wanted to sing a song, he'd
Well-
make you go back and write it to give to him.
Well, no, he was cool with me with that. But Rafa and I sang a song together. We weren't supposed to, but Rafa got in on my song or something because we're friends and we want to share, okay? And then the guy, when it was Rafa's turn right next, he made me give back the mic to him, and he goes, no, he just sang he can't sing again. I'm like, that is my friend.
Yeah.
I choose who sings with
yeah,
me.
that was so ridiculous. He can't sing again.
the
Why
hell?
not? There's nobody here.
There's no one
cares.
there. We're all friends.
Yeah.
No one cares
What
who
was
sings.
this guy's position exactly in the establishment?
He would announce the
He was the
person.
rent-a-karaoke guy.
Yeah, he's MC of the whole.
He
Yeah.
sounded like
Yeah.
a strip club guy.
Alright.
He goes,
Give it up for Anna.
Basically, he was doing that, and he wasn't approving of the fact that we would share mics. I mean, that's stupid.
Wow, that's pretty insane to it kills the morale of the whole thing, it would seem.
Yeah.
Nah, we didn't let it get to us.
No.
you
Plus,
were-
it was cool because it was, Al.
I remember we would hand him the papers like without letting him see our heads because he was like up in the booth, so we would be like, like who's giving it to him? Don't worry about it, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, it's us again.
What was funny was that Al battled after the show went with us, and so seeing him do karaoke is kind of funny because
was like
he sings for a
cheating.
living.
It was totally
Or
cheating.
not for a living, but he's
And what about that guy that was an amazing rapper that we were all blown away
Because
by?
we have some
Who
friends
was
that are
he?
in a rap group or no.
No, but not the
Not the
problem kids. It was
another
the
guy?
other guy.
He was awesome.
He sounded like Dr. Dre. It was pretty
Yeah,
awesome.
it was awesome. It was awesome.
It was pretty great.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
that was good.
So that was the start of the weekend.
On Thursday, so after I hadn't done karaoke for a long time that night, and then the next night I go to Gramps to do more karaoke at Bowie Karaoke, which was to me even better because everybody was a Bowie fan.
And it
I
was
went with
only Bowie all night?
only Bowie, yeah.
Beautiful.
And I went with Derek, who was a huge Bowie fan also, so that was cool.
Did Derek sing? I can't imagine him singing. That's
I
hilarious.
told him to like man up and pick a song that's easy to sing. He picked Suffragist City. It was perfect. He
Nice.
sang it perfectly fine. It was great.
Oh, he told me about that. He said, man, it's great to have a friend like Rafa that, pushes you to do stuff like that you wouldn't normally do. He was really happy about it.
Yeah,
So-
I was like, just put it in. If you don't want to do it when it comes up, you just don't show up, But he did it, and I told him to pick a song that's like easy to sing. That's
awesome.
an easy one. It's like a punk song. It doesn't really have any
Not a lot of
like,
lyrics.
vocal
Yeah.
range or anything like that. So, and he did it well. So it was a good
Awesome.
time. Then we went to Lanyap for Battle's birthday, which was pretty good.
I met them there. It was fun.
On Friday, we prepared for the barbecue on Saturday. We made made chili at my house and had some people over. And
Excellent chili.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The chili came out really good, and it wasn't hot. It wasn't spicy. It was good.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Perfect.
All,
It was
all the
perfect.
flavors came out perfect.
It was
yeah.
perfect.
So
Good job.
on Saturday, we went to Crandon Park for our friends' birthdays. Andy, Austin, Danny DB, Nick, and Glenn. And we hadn't been to Crandon Park for something like that. Man, I hadn't done something like that in a long time. Crandon Park is very, very nice.
It was cool. I had a great time.
Yeah, I like the people watching there. Turned out pretty well because the original plan was to go to Virginia Key Beach Park, but like we talked about last week, there's something called the Love Burn going on, which is like a Burning Man derivative
None
of
of
some
us
kind. Yeah, I guess nobody here went, so we can't talk too much about that. But Crandon Park, you have the boardwalk there, and then there turned out to be like 3 school bus loads of college-age kids that just went out to the beach. I guess it's some fraternity sorority mixer kind of thing.
That's
and they
right.
just went out to the beach and just kind of stood out there. They had like a few like volleyballs and footballs, but other than that, pretty much just drank. And then a few of them were getting carried back. around
I saw a lot of
sunset.
shoes
It was
at
pretty
the end
fun
of the
to
day.
watch.
I saw like
They left a bunch
20
of trash
pairs.
too. It was kind of shitty.
That's lame. I saw like at sunset maybe 20 pairs of sandals on the beach, and I'm like, who
Oh,
would leave this? Guess
That's
it was
genius, though. I really should have done a sweep. There might have been some good ones around
them. I
there.
should have told you
That's
guys.
making
Like
me
su-
so
I
jealous
should've
for not
told you
having
guys.
partaken.
Like sunglasses. There's probably all types of stuff drunken people left behind.
For
I think
sure.
about it, other
Yeah.
than trash. But
Damn.
good thinking.
But what a great place to hang out and have a barbecue. And
Yeah.
the beach there is so nice and
Oh.
everything.
And we met the pecan lady.
Oh, that's right.
Manny came over with the pecan lady.
Oh,
Were you
really?
there?
She was there. I didn't meet her.
Damn. Yeah. Did you meet her?
I was there next to you. I was right next to you when Manny was introducing us.
It was the end of- it was at
we're
the
all
end
in
of the day.
shock. We had no idea.
The secret pecan lady.
Yeah.
She told us it's pecans, but I
She
don't
said it's
care.
pecan. Yeah.
It's Mammoth, Georgia pecans. We'll get them again next year.
Yeah.
So good.
So
This is
good.
like a yearly thing then.
The pecans?
No, this event you guys
No,
went
this
to
is
at the
no,
border.
it
This
was
was just
You
all
said it
these
was like
friends.
a derivative to Burning Man, so I was like, oh, it's like a
No,
festival.
no. That was what. That's the reason we had to do it in Crandon Park because
Oh.
Virginia Key Beach Park, or Virginia
Oh,
Key
was
there.
having.
Was
Yeah, the
having
whole
a
place was
festival.
taken over by this
Missed
event.
that part of the
yeah.
story. Sorry, guys.
But I mean, obviously they all have their
I
birthday
was
at
too
the same
busy
time.
double
so.
wedding it that day.
Oh yeah, what'd you do this weekend? You had 2 weddings in one day.
Two
no?
weddings in one day. I never recommend that for anybody.
But
Pick one and
Yeah. How do you say yes to both?
oh,
do you do
when you're
that?
from out of town and your family wants to see you and one family's at one wedding and the other family's
Oh,
at
yeah.
another, you kind of
You
get
do both.
pulled in both ways. I don't recommend it anybody.
Someone
Talk
from the
to
Key got
Miami,
married.
see who's getting married that day. Don't do your wedding the same
One of
day.
them was a Key Biscayne, no? Nani Toledo got
Hers
married.
was in the Gables.
But how does the hours work? I mean,
They actually were both at the same time, basically. It's
Oh.
crazy.
So
I
you-
was late to one,
Yeah. So you,
super late. But that one picked up later, so I figured I'd do that one later. It was kind of a party by the time I got there, which was nice.
was it fun?
Yeah. Both weddings were beautiful. Congrats to the brides and grooms. Have fun on your honeymoons.
All right. Well, that's the weekend. It's Wednesday, February 3rd, 2016. This is your No One's Listening show. I'm your host, Rafa. And now we are going to talk about what you're listening to.
Yay.
So, should I just go first?
go first because it's probably Bowie.
Of course it's Bowie.
Yeah.
So, at this karaoke, man, people were singing. It was so great because everybody knew every single song.
It's awesome.
But I've been listening to a bunch, and there's this one song that I kept going over, and it would come on, and it never hooked me. But then when I heard somebody singing at this thing, I was like, oh yeah, this song's really good. And it's Kooks, and it's on Hunky Dory, and you should check it out. And it's a fun one. So
Nice.
David Bowie.
Nice.
Nice. Well, I've been listening to a lot of funk, obviously.
Really?
So actually, it was kind of like what I did this week was, I did what Austin had mentioned the other day when it came to 80s music. That, you go on YouTube and it just funnels you into, a bunch of videos, different artists. So this time I did a little light jazz. So I did an artist called Grover Washington Jr., and his song is Mr. Magic.
Beautiful.
All right.
Phenomenal jazz.
Aliette?
As your guest host for tonight, my song of choice for this week has been Basia, Astrud. And it's because it reminds me of my mom, and when I come in, I hang out with her a lot. We've been
Nice.
jamming out to it, and it's been beautiful.
Very
Everybody
Nice.
should get on that Basia tip.
Mine, although I like to keep it current, even though last week I didn't. So I've been listening to High Low by Nada Surf. It's one of my favorite albums of all time, so it was hard to choose one song. And I wanted to choose one, but I went another way. The Plan, it's the second song on the album, and it's so good. It hits like the hard rock, it hits the cool mellow, it hits everything. And that album's so good. 1996.
Nice.
Nice.
I think, I don't know if you guys know that Magic 102.7 is no more, or at least they reformatted.
I didn't know.
Rest in peace. That was
Yeah.
a great station.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so now it's called 102.7 The Beach, and it basically plays like an eclectic mix of, I don't know, stuff that's popular. They play, some good stuff ends up on there. It's not all bad. But they used to have Beatles brunch. It was on the weekend, in the morning-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I'd like to put a little more Beatles on the radio to make up for that. So I'll throw Yellow Submarine on there.
Yeah.
I like
I
that,
like
guy.
that.
Taking
Throw it
care
back.
of, yeah.
We're going nice.
Miss Mindy Lang. Where's Mindy Lang now? When a radio station goes out, they never talk about it. They never say oh,
It's just-
farewell
yeah.
show. They just all of a sudden one day go off of the air and
Disappear.
disappear
I know.
forever.
That's because
Ever.
they're big corporate.
I know. It's
bastards.
terrible.
But that's
Mindy Lang's been
sad.
on the air for so long.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
Maybe we should bring her on as a guest
she
host.
just
one
has to
day.
act,
Right.
act until her last day, everything's good and the weather out there, and watch out for the accident or whatever. And then next day she's gone
Yeah.
forever.
if we were out here
Brutal.
shutting down, man, it'd be like a love cry fest.
Yeah, man.
We'd have every single person who ever came on say their thing, say their piece, and it would
Damn.
be for the ages.
When did it shut down? Sorry, I didn't know, so we could talk
Recently,
about
it came out in Griff's news.
It seems like they do these, like when they
What?
got rid of Zeta, they did the same thing and it was around the holidays. I think they like to do it right around the holidays. Maybe that's just play some Christmas music and people don't think much, and then all of a sudden, Mindy
Maybe
Lang
because
is
they don't
gone.
listen to the radio so much because every station's playing Christmas music.
Yeah. But anyway, so more Beatles. Should
Sounds
be
good.
some obscure stuff if
Yeah,
that strikes your guys'
switch it up.
fancy a little bit more,
Switch it up. Well,
Octopus's Garden.
I keep telling myself I'm going to
Ringo
switch the
did
whole
that one.
playlist, and I haven't done it.
Well, we got a good couple songs here tonight.
Yeah.
Talking about music, there's two things I want to mention. First of all, the International Noise Conference is going on at Churchill's all this week. It's about 200 bands. They play for 15 minutes each all week. Okay, so they're playing right now, or they'll play in a couple hours.
Also known as the INC.
Yeah, and what it is literally just noise. Okay, so
There's no beats.
no, there's nothing. It's not.
It's not musical.
It's not musical
It's
at
to
all.
see how
It's
loud
just-
and obnoxious you can get.
Yeah, basically.
There's a
and
lot
this
of
has been
local
going on for
artists.
like 20 years.
Yeah.
So, I'm probably gonna
So
go
it's
check
like
it out tomorrow.
karaoke for the drums.
It's cool. It's a lot of local artists that collaborate with one another and do cross media. Like a painter will have a set that's the way he's feeling. It's kind of cool. I like the
But
idea.
you
Cool.
say noise. I mean, people are just slamming away on the drums with no
Yeah,
rhyme or reason. And
Slamming on everything, pulling in
just
things.
terrible.
Yeah,
it's just terrible.
just
Okay.
terrible.
All at the same time.
Well, that'd be clear. All right.
Okay, and the other thing I wanted to mention, which is funny, is that I had Gman's little portable radio, all this week at my house, and I don't have a radio at my house, and so I tried to tune into
Bring back the
Rat
radio.
to see if my theory that the songs play in the same order is true. I still haven't been able to verify that because I couldn't get reception in my
I don't get
apartment.
reception in my radio.
But I could tune into WVUM, so I would, and I was listening to a lot of WVUM, and then I realized, and I already knew this, but I didn't know to what extent, that every single one of Anna's picks is a WVUM.
How did you not know this already? I tell you that.
I know, but it's like they keep coming on, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh okay,
But
okay.
let's be real, and I've donated to them before because I get my new music because a lot of the time they really try to stay current, and these kids are spending their time doing their research, whatever. For years, for maybe at least 5 years, I've been listening to 90.5, and that's how I get my music, and I'm so thankful for them, to be honest. There's some music I don't like. I changed the station, but I Shazam them all the time. And Raf, I thought you knew this already because Grant gives you music,
And
and then
it's
I go
also-
and I give you the same music.
Yeah, it's also from.
Clearly Grant's
I
listening to
need to get filled in on
90.5.
this station since I live in New York. I'm not lucky enough
It's
to
so
have
good.
it.
You can listen to it online.
Yeah,
They have
Right.
a WVM.org, I suppose.
Yeah.
And they have the songs on there. And
it's the UM
so good.
station,
It's
90.5.
so good.
Cool.
Yeah.
I found out FIU had the
Cocaine.
Yeah,
station.
it's so good. And
Sounds
then
good.
and the best part is that you can text them any song and they'll just play it. They'll play it like in the next song or in 2 songs after that.
And
They'll
there's
play
Is
your
Rat
song.
Radio savvy enough for text requests yet?
No,
Not yet.
no,
from
Yeah,
very
not
far
there.
from it.
But I
We're looking
love
for
them.
sponsors to sponsor our pirate radio Wi-Fi.
Well, so I donated. I
if
donated
you
to
buy us a
WVM.
phone, we'll take your texts.
I donated not even that much money. They mailed me a T-shirt, they mailed me a sticker, and they mailed me the best part, a handwritten thank you note
Really?
from one of the DJs on there.
Nice.
Handwritten.
And I'm all about that. If people know me,
Yeah.
I was so happy. Okay,
That's
so
cool.
I love WVM.
Awesome.
I'll write
WBM,
you a
she's
note.
single and looking.
We'll write you know.
I'll write you
I
a
will
note.
write people know.
You already have the hat, don't you? The Rat Radio
Yes, I love the hat.
All right.
hat. You're a donor.
Moving on. We don't get any donors here. If not, I would write thank you books for them.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
And
We're
then
gonna
you have
start
to write thank you for it.
fan-mailing
For a
you.
while.
305-361-8557.
If you want to
Call or
donate.
text. If you want to talk about anything, maybe some music that you know that's going on around town or anything else, 305-361-8557. It's your No One's Listening show. Key Biscayne, February 3rd, 2016. It's Wednesday, and it's 6:50 p.m. Now it's time for the Talk of the Town.
What happened to the uke?
Now, starting, I forgot it. But I do have something going on here, and it's Manny, who couldn't be here today. He's going to give us a review of Forks.
Yes.
This is the place that took over the spot from Vito's. And I think, like, from what I see from the outside, it's something similar to Vito's. So let's see what he has to say.
Perfect.
Taking
right.
requests. No, taking comments live.
Hey, Manny, you're on the air. Tell us, I just prepped everybody. You're going to talk about Forks. Well, first tell us how you're doing, and then tell us a little bit about Forks.
And what's your favorite song request?
Thank you, Rafa. I'm doing fine. Thank you. Thanks for asking. First, for me, I want to ask you, I mean, is there a trivia tonight? Because I think I qualify tonight.
No, there is not a trivia tonight.
No.
We only answered Anna's trivia from last week. I didn't have a trivia for everybody today.
All right, man. All right. Well, yeah, so I'm calling in to tell you that I kind of feel obliged to give a restaurant review because I introduced myself as the Rat Radio food critic. I went to dinner the other night at Forks. So, you know, they must have heard of the show or something because we got the White Glove treatment.
That's awesome.
Look at you.
It was nice, man. You know, it's in the old Vito's spot. I used to love that place because it has like you feel like you're in someone's living room, like Vito's living room.
And does it maintain that?
It's like a scene out of The Godfather or something. You know that restaurant scene?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was Vito's. But how does Forks kind of keep? I saw it from the outside.
It was nice because you walk in, you know some people, you don't know the others. You smile, wave to everybody because you're right on top of everybody. They sat us all the way in the back, my back to the wall in the back, and I went with my two boys. My son's 16th birthday. And it was nice, man. It was the food was good. I mean, I'd like to get a little deeper into the menu. I had a veal piccata, and one of my sons had a lobster ravioli. It was nice. And, they ran out of Stellas, but he assured me that wouldn't happen again, so we switched to the wine.
Yeah.
And, so check it out. I mean, it's a husband and a wife and the brother, something like that.
How's the price for what you got you felt good about the price?
Yeah. You know me, man. When I go out, I don't look at the price, Rafa. I just go big, whatever it is, whatever. My son wants a $28 ravioli, lobster ravioli. Sure, son, go for it. Happy birthday.
Okay, no.
Happy birthday.
I'm not saying like that. Did you feel that it was good? I didn't ask.
Adequate price for service and
Did you get
and meal.
Did you think it was right? Like, I mean,
high or low?
I was satisfied.
Okay.
100%. In fact, my Manny took home half of his dinner.
You should thank him.
And the next day he had it for lunch. Like that was the best lunch ever. So that was good.
Did you ask them if they would do a bolognese sauce only for takeout?
I'm gonna break him in a little bit at a time, Rafa. Just
good job, Manny.
Hasn't called in yet. I should have. I'm gonna work the Just the Sauce Manny again. That is a good call.
Good move.
All right, hey, I'm running into my son's game, man. So I'm sorry, I missed last week, missed this week. But I'm set to be there next week.
It's
all right.
Perfect.
We miss you, Manny.
Awesome,
yeah.
Manny.
Short and sweet. Perfect.
Go, Manny.
Speaking of food critic, I had a little food critique for this weekend's newer establishment.
Hold on, can I interrupt you a second before we change the subject? Has anybody been to Forks?
Not yet.
No.
Has anybody looked inside of Forks?
I have.
I have.
It kind of looks like it's got trying to keep a similar vibe, just a little more. They painted it white, I guess.
Yeah, they did. I mean,
Looks good.
I like the.
Can't have the same vibe if it's painted white, though.
No,
Yeah.
of course not. It's not the same vibe.
And it has blue chairs or something. I personally really loved the Vito's vibe.
Yeah.
Like, really loved. And I miss those kind of places. And I looked at the menu, Mediterranean, not just Italian, but Mediterranean. I miss Vito's. I should go to Forks before I say I miss Vito's, but I do miss Vito's.
Gotta try it out.
Field trip.
Yeah, we should do that.
Rat Radio field trip.
I guess this would be another drop for Jason Odio again, but his new restaurant in the Grove, I tested it out. If anyone had heard of it yet.
It's good.
What's it called?
Aliette, and it's there where the calamari used to be by Taurus.
Okay.
Great vibe. Still some kinks to work on, but great vibe.
Service kinks or food kinks?
Service kinks for the most part, and it was a packed house when we got there. I mean, our reservation was for 12 at 9:30, and we didn't sit till about 10:30, 11. Because I guess there weren't moving tables fast enough because the service was a little slow. But
Plus, it just opened.
yeah, it just opened. But to have a packed house is amazing, and I really told him and I applauded him for that. But it's worth trying out. If anyone's out there talking poorly about it, don't give it a chance. It really has a chance. I think it's really cool. And
I mean, I'm not sure you can review a place with a table for 12. You know,
That's
it's
a
never going to be right. You know,
Tough one.
yeah.
you're right.
I worked at a kitchen, and 12 orders at once is tough.
Heavy duty, huh?
Very
Yeah.
heavy duty. The
Where-
rush.
Where was I recently? Oh my God, I went to what's this place in the Grove that I like it a lot? Strata. Have you guys been there? It's an
No.
Italian
They're
place.
opening a pizza place across the street. Yeah.
So I like it a lot. I like the
Cool.
vibe. I really like going out for lunch to places, but this time I went for dinner. It's two of us go for dinner. Took forever to sit down. It was a Sunday night. Took forever. Then when I ordered and everything, the food came out like cold. It was already like, I'm the kind of guy to be like, you're taking this back, but I was already like so frustrated with the whole thing that I was like, just get me, let's finish this and get out of here.
Get out of here.
But what a bummer! What a bummer when things don't work out at a place
That you
because-
love.
It
Yeah,
ruins your.
That's the worst. It's going to take you a little bit before you go back, I bet.
yeah, definitely.
You're going to
Like,
have to mourn that bad experience.
Yeah,
for
I'll
a
never
bit.
go again if I see that I have to wait to sit down because it's like they're gonna mess it up.
Strata,
you know?
get it together if you're listening.
Oh, and they did something to me that
Uh-oh.
you should never do at a restaurant. I ordered a bottle off the menu, a wine bottle. Okay, it's a bottle I know.
Right.
The guy brings me another bottle.
Thinking you wouldn't notice.
Not only thinking I wouldn't notice, he tells me it's the bottle I ordered.
What?
And I'm like,
Cool.
guy, I drink this bottle all the time. It's not the bottle I ordered. And then he's like, no, but it is. Oh, and then he's like, no. Is that what happened is we ran out and this is the substitute bottle that we have.
You're like, then you say that.
Okay, yeah, exactly. It's
Don't
like,
play tricks on me.
Dude.
Little
So
did he know
anyway.
Rafa's dad's a wine distributor,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
he knows his wine.
As long as we're doing restaurant rants, I'll have to
Hey,
drop one in
here's
there.
Gannon.
Is this a new segment? Restaurant rants?
I
Again,
love this.
You guys know that I like to rant about things.
Sorry, Manny, we just took over. You're no longer the food
But
critic.
I was at Artisan not too long ago, and I know it's easy. And I do like Artisan. I like the management and everything.
This is on Key
They've
Biscayne?
helped us out with things and stuff. But I sat down and had like probably a $60 breakfast all said and done with tip and everything.
Look at you,
Including-
big timer.
Oh, like all right, 50. Like it adds up,
Yeah.
With coffee and everything.
Yeah.
And then I was like, with my girlfriend, and we were like, all right, let's go to the
Okay,
couch.
2 people.
Let's go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just sitting there having $50.
I'm like, $60 for breakfast by yourself.
Oh,
Gannon.
nice. I like that. I like that.
Those rancheros or whatever, please.
Yeah. And what happened?
Yeah. So whatever. So we, all right, let's migrate over to the couch area. You don't have that couch area. Got 2 café con leches. Those aren't that cheap either.
Yeah.
And sat down, like started doing the crossword and hanging out, having a coffee there. And like we were there for like maybe 4 minutes, and the guy, we'd already paid and everything. The guy like taps on my shoulder. He's like, "Hey, can you like move it along? We need to sit more."
No.
Yeah.
That's
No way.
BS,
He
man.
pushed you out?
Which guy?
Yeah.
Which guy?
I know
Yeah.
which one.
Hey,
Oh, I
this
know which
guy,
one.
you already-
Let's not ostracize him on the radio.
The
right now.
owner?
No,
No,
Okay.
he
I'm
wouldn't do
sure I
that.
could have, like, if I was a more forward kind of person, I could have been like, "This is an outrage," and yada yada. But I was like, "Okay, I just went."
I'd be like,
outside
that's lame, man.
No, I mean,
Holy
I-
moly.
I'm pretty easygoing, but I was like, I kind of just, I spend money here, and
A lot.
I'm patronizing this place. Like, I should be able to enjoy it. Like,
Or they were just expecting you to order another huevos rancheros.
Hey, hey, don't put a freaking couch in a place if you don't expect people to hang
And I'm,
out.
drinking,
out,
I'm
right.
drinking my coffee.
Make it the
Yeah.
most uncomfortable metal bistro
so
chairs, and
that
they'll be
kinda
moving quick.
Put a bad taste in my mouth.
That
honestly.
is bad.
That would put a bad taste in my mouth.
Gannon's
That
morning
is
artisan
bad.
now.
The time before that, I had such an awesome time just sitting there, and you look out the window.
Yeah.
People are coming and going, and I wasn't just like loafing. I had a coffee, and So
You were still drinking your coffee, and he
so
said
wag
that?
of the finger to take from Colbert's book.
Was your coffee still happening?
Artisan. What's that?
Was your coffee still going?
Yeah.
Oh man,
BS.
that is bad.
You know, G-Man, I was
I
surprised.
don't think the owner would have liked that if
no,
you.
the
you
owner
would've
would
been
not
there.
have approved.
No.
Nope,
he's
he's going to
cool
get the
guy.
white glove service now, that's for
Yeah,
sure. This
and
is
it's
Gannon
on me,
Yuli
like, I didn't
reporting
say-
live from Rat Radio.
And I should have just addressed it right then and there, but I just kind of went with it.
Ooh, bad service at that place.
Bad
Everything else is
service.
great,
No.
but man, the
The
service.
worst part is it's been years, guys. Come on. And the food is good. The vibe is cool.
I don't know about
Yeah.
you guys,
Give
but
me
I go to
some
Artisan-
good
good at the
service.
last
That's so much
Sarah
fun,
today.
but that's why I
It was
keep going there.
I go to Artisan, and I end up eating by myself. In other words, I go with my wife. I have
Yeah.
a good time, but I end up eating by myself. Why? Because they don't have it where I could eat with my wife at the same time because they always serve the food later, or one dish is always off. But hey, that's artisan for you.
That's a shame.
But it's great food.
It's a real shame.
Good food.
It really turns me. I mean, in general, just eating out to me, a good portion of the time turns out to be not worth my money.
Yeah,
to be honest.
That
in general, like I'm just not that into it because of that.
That is
it's such a crapshoot. And if I'm going out to eat with somebody, it means I want to like hang out and spend time with them. And
what are the other new restaurants on Key Biscayne?
You know, so.
We're big lovers of Pita Pocket on the show.
Oh yeah,
hey, that's new. Haven't heard about that one.
Shawarma on the Key.
Yeah.
They have falafel on the Key?
Yeah, we do.
Get
And
it.
it's good.
Key Biscayne.
Yeah.
It's good.
Finally.
We love him.
And apart from that, I can't think of anything else right now. But
Oh, the Golden Hog opened in Key Colony.
yeah,
I heard about that.
We have-
Great hit. I go there almost every day.
Rest in peace, Solas, but
I'm not gonna lie.
This is in the market.
Yeah, it's
downstairs.
downstairs. I'm not gonna lie. I saw you. I think yesterday. I was walking into the elevator area, and I was carrying 20,000 groceries, and I saw you and Kato leaving out the other door as I was walking into the door.
Wow,
And I saw you walking towards Golden.
It's great. It's
I'm creepy. I didn't say anything.
I work from home, so I
That is
go
weird.
downstairs and have a sandwich. It's
100%.
We live in the same building.
If I lived there, I would be there daily
That's
getting
right,
my
that's right.
dinner and lunch.
phenomenal.
Yeah, that is nice. The only thing is that, I mean, I could get into this.
Oh no.
Some of you guys eat out way too much. I don't understand how you do it. It's like 3-4 times a week you're eating at different places. It's ridiculous to me.
That's a very New York thing. We do that a lot up there, and it's totally normal.
Usually I cook, but I haven't had the opportunity to cook.
Because they're remodeling.
I've been remodeling, so.
Griff, I live in a closet.
Yeah. That's not.
I have
sorry,
no
that's not
kitchen.
excuse.
He doesn't even have a kitchen.
And you still cook every day.
I have a grill and I do chicken breasts. And
Nice.
like, a lot of time I'm at work and
During
I just
the
cook
week
there
we
too.
try, but it gets complicated. Sometimes it's easier to eat out
It's
and
also
yummier.
fun in the mornings going to Oasis, getting your coffee. You meet a bunch of.
Yeah, I mean, I go to
When
Oasis
is
to get a
Oasis
coffee.
gonna be
but
done?
So it's
Oh,
just also a social
It has been under
aspect.
construction for 2.5 years. I feel
we
like.
took bets on that. I say it's not going to be done this year.
But like the sign doesn't even complete it. It's like half a sign. They haven't even put a temporary new sign.
I hope they never finish it because they're going to tear down the part that we like.
Yeah.
Oh right, the little
Nice.
like roach coach on the side. That's gonna go.
No, it's not that bad.
Cold
Thank
water.
you.
That's the good
bomb.
part.
It's the bomb. The best roach coaches in town are on it.
Wow.
Those get
We
crazy.
encourage eating out on the Key. We get our reviews, our rants.
Yeah.
Gotta have our sources.
When we get a free meal, that's when I'll encourage
Well, I
it.
mean, I'm not the one buying these meals.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
So is their pizza
You
still on
guys eat all
point?
you want.
But you got to support your local community.
And that's what Jonathan eats out
Griff,
every
when you
meal.
eat out of these places, you're not
Is
thinking
there
about
pizza? Is
supporting
there
And
them.
that's why Jonathan eats out every meal. It's to support the community.
I had the donut gallery today. That's my haunt, but it's like a in and out kind of deal, you know.
Nelson's great.
You know that you.
Is their pizza still kicking these days?
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Always. All the other ones off the Key ended up like failing. That
Yeah.
sucks.
That's because they're not berries.
They're not berry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Right.
All right. Let's
segment.
keep going. So we're still on Talk of the Town. We
Oh.
got into the Forks thing, but normally at the beginning of Talk of the Town, I make like the little announcements that don't really have any discussion to them. So this is one of them. It's there's gonna be like a wine and cheese cocktail this Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Lighthouse. So if you want to go out to the Lighthouse and hang out after the time, wine and cheese. I think it's free.
I went to
Wow.
one a couple
Who's
years
hosting
back.
The Friends of the Lighthouse.
I went to one a couple years back, and it was so cool being at the lighthouse at night. And they allowed us to go up to the lighthouse, and it was really, really cool. I think it was a full moon party though. I don't think it was or maybe it was just a cocktail. I don't know. But we went, and it was so cool. I
Yeah,
would suggest going.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's such a
cool.
great vibe.
You're never there at night.
Yeah, so if you want to do that, that's this weekend from 6 to 9 p.m.
Sounds
Check it
really
out.
really cool.
The Key Biscayne Community Foundation is having its annual Aqua Party. This is their big fundraiser party, and I've never talked to you guys about it, but I feel like I should because the Community Foundation is the umbrella for the 4th of July and these things. So This is crazy to me, but it's not crazy to anybody else on the Key. It's $175 a person. Okay, this is at the golf course. Or they have tables, I think, of 10. It might be less than 10. For about 1,000. Okay? Now, here is the little icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake.
I'm trying to work my magic to get us a table at this party without having to pay anything. Now, will it work?
Yes.
Probably not. But
We're gonna make it
I am
happen.
trying to do what we're trying to do. And then we would be there, and we would show a little face over at these
Nice.
big Key Biscayne things.
So cool.
This is the Community Foundation. They're the best because they
we're all dancing
Yeah.
here. At the
the Community Foundation basically is the umbrella for every non-profit status organization on the Key, from the Historical Society, the 4th of July. They help out other groups. I can't name them all right now, but they're basically like a catch-all, and it works really well for them because they do all your accounting and stuff like that, and they make you money if you have money with them. So that's really cool, and this is their big fundraiser that goes out to get money to keep supporting things and keep.
So what is
Keep
this
using
Aqua party about? Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Well,
Have you
everybody,
been?
all
Have you
the
been?
all
What
the,
is it? What's the not the theme, but what's the purpose of it?
the purpose
Fundraiser.
is to raise some money so they have money to keep funding the operation, and that's basically it. And I'm not sure how many people go. I know that there's a lot of cool people involved that will have a good time, so it's not like a stuffy party or anything
Is there a
like
live
that.
band? Because if there is, we really need to get in there.
I don't know. I'll find out the details of what goes on.
Who's your publicist?
But it would be cool if we went. But
When is it again? I'm sorry.
it's in April, so
Cool.
so it's not.
Too
Or no,
excited,
sorry,
too
it's in
excited.
March. It's in March.
Okay.
In March. So I'll keep us posted on this. But I just what I thought was interesting really was when I found out about the prices, and then when we have little events for like the Calusa Club and stuff like that, and people fret over like, oh, it's $20
Nobody really
here,
frets.
it's 20. It's exactly. So it's like it's $20 here, it's $20 there. And we live in a place where people pay $175.
I feel like the only people who fret over our Calusa Club events about the price are the Calusa Club members.
And
Right? No?
Yeah.
Am I right?
yeah, I haven't had anybody tell
Yeah,
me.
because
that the
when
price was
we
steep.
say this is what it costs, never have we had a problem. It's always just like, oh, okay, I'm used to paying for goods and services. Here's the money.
Yeah.
But amongst our little group, when we talk about it, like, oh, really?
$20.
Yeah,
$20? That's crazy.
Yeah, I wish some of them were here to defend that contention,
Yeah.
because it's like, I'm always like, what are you
It's
talking
just-
about? People go out twice a
Yeah.
week, 3 times a week, and they're paying like $60, $70
Yeah.
a night to go
Yeah.
out wherever they're going.
Or Gannon's breakfast that was $60 the other day.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
And he got the boot.
I'm the
That was terrible.
I'm the president of the Calusa Club, so I have certain perks, and
Yeah.
I have to maintain a certain standard to keep the network going that I have for the club.
Boycott the restaurants. Go to the Calusa Club parties, guys.
Oh, that reminds me. Everybody here has to pay $10 to the Calusa Club today for,
Dun, dun, dun.
for the radio show.
Yeah.
Man, I had forgotten about that. But yeah, we all.
Cool.
Discuss that later.
We'll discuss
Yeah.
that later.
Unless you can get somebody to donate on your behalf to sponsor you.
Don't. So this is something that we've been talking about on this show since it started, basically. Well, since its resurgence in like 2010, 2011. That the Mashta Flats, they're finally completing that swim zone like this week or something like that, just in
Wow.
time for the regatta, whenever that's supposed to be.
So they actually prep the flat?
They are going to make it so you can't put your boat on the flat.
Oh.
They've already put up
They're gonna put, like, pilings
signage.
or something.
They already have
Signs.
started to.
And they're allowed to enforce it. Like, you're
Well,
not allowed to be
imagine,
here.
that thing gets dangerous now. They're trying to be like us old school, and they can't.
Oh, you didn't know. They want to kick those people out so
Thank
bad.
God we did
so
the first
bad.
cool regattas. Rafa has those all on video. They're going to come one day, and everyone's going to love
Those
it.
were a disaster.
There's blood on his hands.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
best blood is on
But,
Rafa's hands. I can't wait to see
So
those.
with the swim zone, I don't know if Rafa still had more of a spiel there, but they've started to put the posts out, and they're going to put posts as far as Key Biscayne is allowed to, which doesn't really cover any of the area that the problem is,
you
being
think
created
it'll-
by. But I mean, whatever, it's a start. I kind of don't really like it because that's at high tide. I cut through there all the
to
time. And
get
they're
to
making a
Stiltsville
no
and
motorboat
stuff.
zone now, so that is not happening anymore.
Oh, that's not.
So
I mean,
don't you think they'll still move it to like Nixon or whatever, and just tie up and do those big flotillas?
No,
Well,
I mean
Nixon's
this is
already
not
a swim zone.
This isn't limiting anybody from
Really?
going out to
Yeah.
Mashta Flat. This is just Key Biscayne putting
Not letting
poles
people
around
cut.
their enforceable area, which isn't very far off of the point, which,
Right.
as you know, is not where any of those boats are. All the boats are way out at the end.
Wow, Mikey would be sad.
But
It is sad. I mean, it's sad that
For
it
all you
came
guys
to
with your
this.
little flats boats and Betsy and all those
Yeah,
little boats, that's their
exactly.
dream
it's a
spot.
it's a no motorboats exactly. So,
So just paddle boarders.
and I don't think it really solves anything.
Everybody
but,
needs to start
I mean,
paddleboarding.
It's an effort so that they can exact more
It's a
enforcement.
step in the right
we'll see what
direction, I
happens.
suppose.
I think you'll be fine cutting the flag during the week,
Right, yeah.
but not on the weekends. But either way, during the weekends, it's so crowded over there that
You're not
it's
gonna-
it's a minor gripe. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, oh, that really changes my route now.
You're out.
Because I used to just putt across there to get down south, and now,
At least gas prices are low.
yeah,
I guess it works in your
it's a good
benefit.
point. Yeah, good point.
Silver lining.
yeah, exactly.
It just kind of sucks that like the area you've been frequenting your whole life is being further restricted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Obviously,
can't
because there's
do
a
the
bunch
stuff
of
you've always done there. You know.
there's a bunch of
always-
jackals with boaters license that are ruining it for all of us.
I always thought the worst one was the the Nixon one. When they put in the one at Nixon, it hurt a lot more because that was somewhere where you would actually want to hang out as opposed to that inside of
Yeah.
Mashta, which I never liked going to Mashta to hang out. I really hated it when my friends were like, yeah, we're going to Mashta
I didn't
today.
hate it, but it wasn't the best.
It just
The water is also gross and it's disgusting now.
I always hated when you go out there and there's everybody's
100,000
conflicting
people.
music and all that
Yeah.
stuff. It always like, let's go to ski hole, let's go to ski
I
hole.
hate
Yeah.
conflicting music.
Yeah,
I
and it's
hate conflicting
it's
music.
so
Your grandmother's
it's
house
not
is an
fun.
awesome spot.
Right, and that's where that no motorboat zone actually ends, right on that
Did
property
something
line.
happen there? Was there an accident or something
No,
right
it's
in that
just
spot?
the right people were complaining that it was a real problem, so they put this no motorboat zone buoys, which made it a lot less attractive to hang out there because you can't anchor by the
can't.
beach.
Yeah.
So you have to anchor
Just
kind of
swim
out
off.
deep, and you can actually still. It's probably very little known because the cops are not volunteering this information to people, but you can go up on that beach.
Insider.
It belongs to everybody.
Yeah.
I know
That's not,
that.
That's not like a private beach.
We've
As
been
they would
going
have
on
you
that
believe.
beach for years.
know? Right, but like
It's
any.
just
Don't
Someone's
tell
back-
that.
it's just-
Don't tell that to more people.
But it's
because
just
then-
someone's backyard.
No, I mean
No one's
that doesn't
listening, don't
concern. Yeah, first of all, nobody's listening.
No
Second
one's
of all, nobody would do it anyway. But they advertise those properties as having a private beach when in fact they are not private. Anybody can go up there and hang out on that beach.
yeah.
Anybody, and the cops will tell you can't be there. They will, but it's not true.
Yeah, if you're in
I've
the water,
I've been
you're fine.
kicked off of that beach by the police before, and you tell them that you can be there, and what they say.
Does
I
it
don't
work?
think I don't think you can, and then that's kind of it, you know.
But do you leave or do you stay?
I mean, we were playing frisbee there one time, and we were playing below the low tide line, which is the law, the high tide rack line they call it, where the seaweed generally sits. That's where anything below that, anybody can be hanging out there. That's public. Okay, it's public as the bay right here. And we were playing frisbee out there, and one of the homeowners who was under the impression it was a private beach called the police, and the police showed up through their property to tell us that we couldn't be out there because it was a private beach. And the police is not that well versed in these laws, you know,
Yeah.
and it just turns into one of those situations. So just an,
Awkward.
just an FYI. I mean, I don't live there anymore, so
Screw it.
have fun on that beach. No, I mean,
I'm joking, I'm joking.
it just sucks that is a public resource and it's not treated
Yeah,
that way.
exactly.
You know? That was my gripe, even when I lived there, because I got kicked off of
Would you
there, and
feel-
I lived in a house right there.
Yeah, I know.
They were like, you can't be on
Be
this.
Would
like,
you
this
feel
is not your
weird?
part of the beach. I was like,
But
okay.
would you feel weird if you were back at your grandma's house back in the day and there was people hanging out? Like,
That's
Like those
exactly
Miami people you
exactly
don't
what
want.
happened every weekend.
But you didn't
it
want
did,
that crowd.
it didn't it? It did.
But I mean, people would anchor right off, and you just have to understand that your house is on a
Part
public
of the
resource.
perk of living on
It's-
this beautiful lot is that that's going to happen. Is that how you see it?
I mean, it's just like the boat show in a way. You know, like these are things that are going to happen when you live in a place that's so desirable,
Yeah.
and you can't control everything.
Desirable. Good word.
Well, that's a great segue, Gannon, because the next little piece of thing that I was going
Yay.
to talk about is that the boat show is finally here. It's going to be not this weekend, but next weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
February 11th.
yeah,
And
I
we're
was.
not here to witness it?
Well, here's what I was going to ask you guys. What happens if this boat show happens and it's not a problem at all for anybody.
We
What
bow
does that
down our
say?
heads.
What does that say for the Key credibility and for the people who made a big fuss and everything? Does it really bear down on them?
I think everybody's impression of the Key after reading that article. What publication was that from?
Where they call us snooty and all that
Ritzy,
stuff.
I think our reputation
Miami Herald.
as raising a stink over anything that brings any small inconvenience to us is already as it is. So I don't think it really matters.
I think.
I mean, but there's a thing of
I think even if it doesn't affect us in this grand scale, whatever, I think no matter what, the whole marine biology fighting against any destruction of any of that is already valid, okay? I don't care if it affects one animal. I think we're already valid and fighting with that. So even if it doesn't affect my traffic, I still stand by the whole, you're going to screw something up.
But you don't think that we just raised that issue to serve our own interests? Because,
of course.
Absolutely we did. But I think it's valid, though.
That marine stadium basin has...
That's something.
It does. It's in pretty bad shape.
And it has everything. Tires.
First of all, it's an artificial basin, like made from dredged land.
I think we did use it to our advantage, but I think that it's valid.
I mean, of course it's valid. I'm just saying that the reason it gets brought up, not to take away from the Key's argument, is that we don't have any interest in that.
Yeah.
So I really wonder if it's going to be a mess or not. I mean, they've told us it's going to be a mess, but maybe it's not a mess. I think,
but you know what? It's not just about this show. It's not just about this. It's about the fact that we're opening the door to allowing more things to happen.
I don't think
and that eventually is a mess, no matter what.
Well, I asked somebody else.
We didn't have the say in it.
I don't think it was our door.
Yeah. It wasn't. We had no say in it.
Yeah, I asked somebody else, and it was like
Miami,
if it goes well, then they're going to have events there all the time.
Exactly.
That affects us.
You guys already have that tennis traffic, which is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But we accept it because we like tennis.
Nightmare.
Oh, I so hope the tennis moves.
No, I hope it doesn't.
I don't.
I don't mind the traffic.
Yeah.
2 weeks of traffic.
I just don't care.
That's the thing. If it's just 2 weeks of traffic in the year in Key Biscayne, great. But now if this place opens up its doors, you're going to have it year round. And you're going to become like South Beach.
Here's your solution for
traffic all the time.
Here's the solution for when an internationally popular event comes to your town. Airbnb your place, make lots of money,
get out of town,
go somewhere else,
100%,
and just deal with it.
That's the smartest way of looking at it.
You know,
Make money.
That's a lot of people I know do that, or they rent out a room to somebody who wants to be out here for it. And I don't know, the tennis tournament.
Do you guys trust your places
is not that
with
bad.
anyone? Would you ever open your
not
doors
that
to
bad.
strangers
No.
like that? I feel like I'm a little bit particular when it comes
Yeah, they're
to
going to
that.
tennis. How bad could they be? Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You never know. I have
Man,
so much cool stuff.
You'd be
that I would
surprised at how
scared.
much you can ask for.
You
I
can
would
ask for
not
insane
put my
amounts.
place up.
And
During Art
deposits
Basel,
too, you know?
Huh?
Deposits too.
Yeah.
I would not put my place up.
During Art Basel, the money you can make, whether you're Ubering or renting out your place, is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
So, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I don't go to the tennis, and so I wouldn't miss it at all.
Are you gonna go to the boat show?
No, I'll be in LA.
What?
Yeah, weekend in LA.
We're visiting our friend. We're actually missing that weekend, so we need to get feedback from. I think he'll be gone also. No.
You're gonna have a guest
I
on here
won't be
talking
here
about
next
how
week.
it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you
Well,
gonna
these
be
guys will
here?
be here.
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
be
so
here.
you'll
I
let
can
us know how it
maybe
affects
host
you.
next week. I guess I'll be around.
Well, next week is too early.
Oh, you're going the week after that.
We're leaving.
Okay.
No, we're going next weekend. We'll have another show.
Oh, so you're not missing any shows in the name of
No.
No.
LA. Oh, okay.
In the name of LA,
In the
no.
name of LA.
It is Wednesday, February 3rd, 2016. It's 7:20 p.m. I think it is. My watch today, I looked at it and it was an hour behind. I don't know how that
It's
happened.
been that way for a month now.
Yeah, and
You usually have it ahead a few minutes, right?
and then I set it back, and then since then I've been like looking at it. It's like keeping up, is it not? But I think it's 7:20 p.m. on this February 3rd, Wednesday, and that's
Right.
all the news I have written down. So I was wondering if you guys have anything else.
I have something. It's off the key, but I feel like it would interest many fellow Key Biscayners. At Young Arts on Saturday, they're having an event that just seems pretty cool. I don't even know how to describe this. The idea is to link up two forms of art, kind of, that are both use a lot of improv. One is jazz, and one is skateboarding. So they're bringing down this jazz musician from New York, I guess he's played all over the place, and he's going to be playing while like the best street skateboarder that they're bringing down from I don't know where is also going to be skateboarding, and I think that is so cool. And I know we have a lot of skateboarders around that love this stuff, and a lot of people that love jazz, so that's why I bring it up. The event's free if you register online. I think it's at 7 p.m. on Saturday, this Saturday. And I wanted to bring that up because you guys should look it up. It sounds so cool.
Yeah, it sounds
jazz
pretty
and
cool.
skateboarding.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I got 4 tickets. Whoever wants to come with me.
I'm down.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's
Wow.
also another event going down actually that I got invited to.
What
today.
is there?
It's FAMM Street Art, and it's going on Thursday to Saturday, and it's about a bunch of street artists that are going up for a non-for-profit auction, from local to the biggest of the big, like Shepherd Ferry and stuff like that. So
Cool.
that one would be cool too.
But are they like ripping the art off the walls, or are they gonna?
No, they're having like artists come and do like live installations. They're showing pieces that are for sale, starting as low as like $2,000 all the way up to like 68. For the most part, it's pretty cool. I got the booklet today from a friend of mine, and Thursday sold out from what I heard. There's like Dinner Lab is throwing a private event with them.
There's also the International Map Fair in.
Ooh.
What is this?
Yeah, there's a map fair, okay? And I looked at it and I was like, first of all, I love maps. So I was like, ooh, this could be interesting. And I think it's all weekend. I wish I had the details, but I didn't write down. Basically, maps, historical maps, all types of maps, stuff that's really old and stuff like that on display, and you can buy them if you really want to.
Did you ever study
for
cartography?
for collectors and stuff like that? No, but I'm subscribed to
Cartography.
to the map porn forum on Reddit, and I love to see cool maps, old maps. When people are like, "This map came from a book that's like 500 years old," you're just like, "Wow, look at this map." So that's happening here in Miami, and it's History Miami, could it be?
Where
Probably.
is it?
Yeah, History Miami
Probably.
is doing it, and
The old
just
town.
look up the International Map Fair, and you will find the details about that if you want to go.
Did-
All right. Do
I
I get a
brought
shameless
you-
plug?
Yes.
All right, so in early April, I think it's April 9th, I'm doing the second time the Fight for Air climb, which is like a firefighter
Cool.
climb to the top. Last year was at the Wells Fargo building. So basically you put on all your firefighter gear. I think the pack is like 40 pounds, and then the gear is another, 20 or something, plus your boots and all that. And you climb. Last year, it was 48 floors last year. I don't know what building they're doing in this year, but it's a pretty cool
And
event.
we get to watch you do this?
I mean, if you go, you get to watch me do it, or you just get to donate to my, it's the American Lung Association, which is supposedly a quality charity that I'm a pretty big skeptic of charities and where their money goes, but it seems like they're at least half of their stuff goes to stuff that matters.
I'm gonna need that charity in a couple of years.
We all are. Even if we
should do
quit,
it
we're
in the
still
name
in
of
need
that
of it.
To be honest, I just do it because I like to do it because it's like a fun competition.
Cool.
And what's the building this year?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Last year
As
was the
long as
Wells
it's not the
Fargo.
Four
Hopefully it's the
Seasons.
Wells Fargo's again. Last year.
Hopefully it's not the Four Seasons.
And it was awesome because you got to the top and there was an unleased space where it was just an elevator shaft and like an open format concrete and 360-degree view of downtown Miami.
Cool.
So
Amazing.
it's pretty cool. Yeah,
That
like
is
the
cool.
Heat cheerleaders were there and
Oh, yay.
Well, that makes
So are any
a bunch of firefighters. I mean,
Are you
it's
guys going to
cool.
Grassroots this year?
Oh, of
Hell
course.
yeah.
Because it's on the what? 18th, and it's 4 days, 4 stages, and 50 plus fans.
VirginiaKeyGrassroots.com.
I mean, you don't even have to say that. Of course, it's gonna be
I
at
just gotta
Can I
Grassroots.
ask a really-
because
No,
I'm very
we've
excited
been
about
saying
it.
it every week.
Can I ask a really weird question? I don't live here, and it's been about 4 years since I've heard this name. Does Jimbo still exist?
No.
They finally shut it down, right?
That's a
Yeah.
whole conversation in its own.
Damn. Are the buses and all that still there?
No, they
No.
cleaned
Cleared
it
it
all.
all?
Yeah,
You wouldn't
It's a
even
nice
know.
little-
It's a pristine
That's
grass
like a-
lawn
Yeah.
right now.
That's like a
The only
historical
remnant
thing on
of
Key Biscayne.
Jimbo's is that Gramps hosts Jimbo's birthday every year.
So
Well,
they
that's
try and
nice.
relive it like a little Woodstock affair at the same place or no?
No, Gramps.
At Gramps.
Whoa.
Yeah, but Jimbo goes.
What's his
I mean, he's
birthday?
there
Where
if you
did
want to
they
see
all
Jimbo.
migrate to? Where are they all now?
Oh, I saw Jamaica Paul in the Grove not too long ago, so he's still around, and I don't remember any of the other characters by
But
name.
they didn't find like a commune somewhere to like park in and keep living this like hippie lifestyle.
all in
That's
jail.
amazing.
They probably all lived in those boats that were right off the
100%.
Marine Stadium,
Or those
and now they all
buses
got
and shit.
kicked out for the
The
boat
boat
show.
show. Another reason to not. Yeah.
So
I just
yeah.
want concerts to come back to that boat show. That's
Oh,
all
they are.
I mean, that
We will.
Marine Stadium.
That might happen.
Duran.
What?
The thing I brought in that I got in the mail.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Important.
Oh.
This is news. Public notice is hereby given that on February 23rd, 2016 at 7 p.m. in the Village Council Chamber, there's going to be a public hearing on the second and final reading of 2 capital projects, which means the Key is going to be spending money for the purchase of real property, which is that lot. They're going to finally decide if they buy that little corner lot on Heather and Hampton for 2.09 mil. And then they are going to decide if they spend the money on the dog park in the Village Green. Now it's going to be at the Village Green. It's not going to be
By the bank.
It's not going to be by the bank
Right.
spot. That's going to be a different park, and that's going to cost $865,000, which is wow. How can it cost so
a
much? I
dog
don't
park,
know.
which at the end of the day is grass and fence.
I mean, I don't understand. The
How
dog
is it 86?
But they want it to be, everybody wants it to be a very posh little place, which is
$800,000.
There's just too many
It's a
people
little-
with dogs
yeah,
a little
these
too
days.
much.
the other property costs $2 million, and this costs half just to build it out in a property they already have.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that's on February 23rd. The property on Hampton and Heather already passed the preliminary vote, which was like the such a weird bureaucracy. It's like they vote to see if they'll vote to pay. So they voted yes to see if they'll vote to send out a notice to buy it. And this will all happen on February 23rd. So if you think this is contentious, you should go to this meeting. Or, if you want to go support it, do that.
You'll be voting yes or no.
I would vote yes to both. Even though I think it's a little high for the dog park. In the end, I just want to put this behind us and have these things going on.
Your community just keeps growing. It's crazy.
No, but I'm the pocket park is the nice
Can
thing.
I actually say something? I was talking to my dad, who's an architect, the other day. I don't know if we're running out of time, but regarding the Mackle houses, can't we vote to save some Mackles? Because they're going to disappear, and that's a historical element of Key Biscayne. It's like saving the Art Deco homes in Miami Beach.
Buy one.
No, man. The development.
That's
You
something
know,
we can do.
I'm
That's
saying
something
just
we can do.
landmark a
Don't tear it down.
couple. Landmark a couple like the Gables does with the old Spanishes and Miami Beach does with the Deco homes. Like, just landmark the best ones.
the
Like, Gannon's grandmother should probably stay because it was
It's
a
not
lot.
a Mackle, though.
It isn't?
It is not. It's just the same era, but not the Mackle.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Your
That's not what
point.
I'm
Your
saying
point
is-
still stands.
Yeah.
the historical society
Make a
has
museum.
a good amount of money and they want to buy one, but they don't have enough money. And yeah, I mean, that's a complicated topic because you'd eventually just be telling somebody that they can't sell their house for millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
What, a museum? A museum won't work.
what are you guys talking about?
We are talking about
It's actually pretty
raising
genius.
funds.
Raising funds.
Buy
For all
a
of you
Mackle.
listening.
Start a
not?
nonprofit and create a little Key Biscayne history museum in a Mackle.
In a
Museum- That's what
Mackle.
I'm saying. A museum doesn't work.
That's the only way you're gonna.
That's how it works
The
in
only way
all
you're gonna
other
get-
cities,
the
and
only way
Key
you're
Biscayne's becoming a
the
city.
only way you're gonna get public funding is to you have to give something to the public, and that's the way you give something to the public is education.
And you put it on a cool street where there's, maybe closer to something that you can walk to and drink at after, but it's just
open a
something cool
cafe
to bring culture, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell us how we
and a
feel
gift
about
shop.
that, but it's just so contentious because whoever you do that to,
We can even rent it out
they
for
wouldn't,
events.
they wouldn't really
Exactly.
like it.
Horrible.
Money.
Yeah, the village would just have to buy somebody's house and do that.
Yeah.
That's the
We're
only-
gonna see who we talk to.
Well, when one goes out for sale, it's not forcing people out of their house.
Yeah.
Right. We're not gonna go up to anyone with like, get out of here.
Anything else, everybody?
Besides Grassroots now.
Grassroots.
We are excited for Grassroots.
Yeah.
Getting the full weekend pass.
I think everybody
Completely worth it.
should go to Grassroots.
Little wine spill happening to my left ear.
Oh no! Not the studio floor.
Not the studio floor.
That's parquet.
No.
That's parquet.
This is original parquet. Have you guys
Sorry.
explained this boat and how amazing it
No,
is
we
on
don't
radio?
Yeah,
about where
it's
we
on
are.
it's on a trailer.
On a train.
Yeah, these concrete floors, nothing
Yeah.
can defeat it.
This park.
Anyway, you guys have anything else?
No.
I don't think
Pretty
so.
good.
All right, can we get a 1, 2, 3 goodbye? Or some other kind of way of saying goodbye. Maybe you guys can think of
How
one.
about we all
Or
think
sign
of
off.
a different language and say goodbye, and then we go around.
Okay.
Okay.
A lot of them are the same word.
Yeah, because we also.
We'll do it in a counterclockwise fashion.
All right. You start.
You start.
Yeah, you gotta start.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Choose.
Adios.
Ciao, keep us game.
Au revoir.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
I like that
Repeat it.
G, man.
If you're actually listening on the radio, turn it down because the music's usually louder than the show. Have a good night. We'll catch you next week.
This is so fun, guys. Okay, when I'm in town.